Alright, so this week I'm going to show you how I cut and fabricated this infinity cube. So this was a project that was a lot tougher than I thought it initially was going to be, but if you really want to test your ability to build and cut parts consistently, along with keeping it square so you can see it's real flat to the table, this is a great project to test just how good you are with your fabrication skills. So let's get to it. Alright, so we got a good start on this so far. So for this infinity cube build, for the size and height that I wanted, I had to cut 12 pieces to 17.5 inches. And then I had to cut 6 pieces to 15.75 inches. So I got everything cut up. Now we have to do the 45s. So to get these 45s accurate and consistently, what I'm doing is building this in such a way that I have a stop, so that even if I'm a little off, I'm consistently off a little bit with every one of these. So let's get cutting these 45s. Alright, so we're going to start getting this infinity cube put together. So what we had to cut was 12 of the long pieces with kind of like picture frame cuts 45 degrees. And then we had 6 of the shorter pieces where 3 of them had one side where it was cut like a picture frame, 45 degrees. And the other side was different for 3 of them, where one is rotated clockwise and cut 45 degrees. One's rotated counterclockwise and then cut 45 degrees. So these are the 18 pieces we will need to put this infinity cube together. So let's start tacking it up and see how it goes. Alright, so we got this thing pretty much finished up. I could add some more welds onto it if I wanted to, but I'll do that off camera later. And I might do some silicon bronze just to fill these to give it a nice look on the edge and reduce heat input. But overall, I mean you can see the table shaking, but this thing's flat to the table. And learned a lot doing this project. The first thing was the way that I assembled this, I would not recommend doing it that way. The reason that is because when I was trying to get all this welded up together and keep it square, it became a nightmare, so to speak. And because of that, I had some of these gaps that weren't consistent between these. And to help remedy that, plus to also help add a lot of stiffness to this, because I'm probably going to put my drill press on here when I'm done, just to give it a little more height off that short table, I added a couple of these that I tacked in at 45 degrees, 2 inches from the inside all the way between gaps. So this is the last one I got to finish up for that, but you can see every other corner has it, and you get these cool effects here where you get 3 in this one corner. So that helped to bridge the gap a little bit. You will notice that there is a little bit of difference between some of them. So most of them are pretty close to 1 inch. And there's a few that are a little bit over 1 inch and a 16th, maybe 1 inch and a 32nd, but at least under 1 inch and an 1/8. So if you're not looking too closely, it actually looks really good. And like I was saying, the main thing I learned is that if you are going to do this again, I would almost recommend building these pieces first. So these 4 pieces, fully welding them. These 4 pieces, fully welding them. These 4 pieces, fully welding them, and then bring them all together at the end. It'll make it a lot easier to fixture together, but it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it, and it was a project that I was always nervous about doing because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. And just like any time you build something for the first time, it's took a lot longer than I thought it would, was much harder than I thought it would. And next time I build one of these, I'm going to make sure that I fixture every cut, just because that did help. And if I make it even more accurate, it's going to help even more. And I'm going to assemble it like the way I just discussed and not the way you saw in this video. So if you guys got any questions or would like to have the prints for this, let me know. Shoot me a comment and I can send you the dimensions for this and some of the stuff that I found out about this project. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.